Let's say you're a hip young person, basically the antithesis of me. Maybe you're an aspiring musician, a freelance barista, or perhaps even a recent college grad with a degree in, I don't know, interpretive pottery or something. It doesn't matter. Now let's also say your 94 Jetta is falling apart. It's held together with nothing more than a few bumper stickers and some hot glue. Basically, you need a new car, and you've only got about 20 grand to spend. What are you supposed to do? There are a lot of great choices out on the market today. Well, the folks at Scion think they have an answer for you with their 2016 IM. This hatchback is brand new. Well, brand new to us here in America. You see, the IM is actually a repurposed version of the Toyota Auris, which went on sale in Europe earlier this year. Accordingly, this car competes with models like the Ford Focus, Volkswagen Golf, and Mazda 3 hatchback. Fortunately for us, though, leftovers are often better on the second day, and this little Scion here is loaded with practicality, technology, and efficiency. Starting with functionality, it's got nearly 21 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats up and a lot more with them folded flat. There's plenty of room for a drum kit, full-size espresso maker, or even a mobile kiln for backyard firings. How convenient. Propulsion comes exclusively from a 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine that whips up 137 horses and 126 pound-feet of torque. It's roughly equivalent to 10 hipsters riding fixies, 7 if they're pedaling to get some mustache wax or something made of plaid. Now, you may not have a choice of engine, but you can pick which transmission you want. A 6-speed manual gearbox is standard, but for folks that can't handle 3 pedals, a CVT is also offered. Overall, the Scion IM can deliver up to 37 miles per gallon highway when equipped with the automatic. Stick-shift models are slightly less efficient, though still plenty miserly. So this car has practicality and efficiency, but what about features? Well, I think you will be pleasantly surprised by what comes standard. You get 8 airbags, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, and dual-zone climate control. The audio system has a 7-inch display and half a dozen speakers to blast your favorite indie music. You know, not enough people appreciate washtub bass. Who wants to start a jug band? You're also spoiled with power-folding side view mirrors, a backup camera, and keyless entry. Did I mention it comes with 17-inch wheels? Getting all of those goodies at no extra cost means you're probably going to have some money left over, maybe even enough to start a craft brewery or take up beekeeping at your local cooperative urban garden. But let's say you actually want to splurge on yourself. Well, Scion is happy to oblige with a bunch of accessories. You can get things like a navigation system and body graphics, or if you want some TRD performance enhancements, you can also get lowering springs and an air intake. But after you drive this car, you may find that it doesn't actually need any updates. But then again, maybe it does need a few enhancements. You see, driving an IM that's equipped with a manual transmission is a little bit tricky. This car is not immediately easy to drive smoothly. You see, the clutch take-up is very light, the engagement point is vague, and then there's the shifter, which is super light and has long throws. It's hardly sporty. Also, the engine, while reasonably refined, is pretty gutless with seemingly less low-end torque than a leaf blower. And this can make the car feel painfully slow in tricky driving situations or at altitude, but at least it offers hill start assist so you don't roll backwards on inclines. And honestly, the CVT is probably a better choice, and it comes with something Toyota calls their GAI shift logic, which will detect lateral forces when you're entering a corner and will actually hold a lower ratio so you can accelerate more quickly out of a turn. And speaking of corners, steering feel is not one of the IM's strong suits either. The tiller here is rather loose and kind of lifeless in my hands, and if you expect this car to drive like a Mazda 3 or even a Ford Focus, I think you're going to be pretty disappointed. It's just not a lot of fun to toss around. It feels soft and a bit heavy, especially on twisting mountain roads up here in the California hills. But it's not all doom and gloom. No, the IM's interior is surprisingly premium with elegantly textured soft materials and rich-looking hard plastics. And I think Toyota spent a big chunk of change in here, and it really does show. This car's interior is quite nice. Also, the back seat is spacious with impressive leg and headroom, plus the aft floor is nearly flat, meaning a third passenger would be quite comfortable back there. The 2016 Scion IM offers quite a lot for relatively little, and I think it's a sound choice for the smartphone and Snapchat generation, though I do think true driving enthusiasts will object to the way this car handles. As for pricing, this car starts at $19,255 with a manual transmission. That, of course, includes $795 in delivery fees. Now, if you're wondering, this car is slated to go on sale September 1st. And by my calculations, that's just a couple months away, so park that old Jetta of yours, grab a kale and quinoa smoothie, and camp out at your local Scion store.